Gonna give it a few more minutes, turn off some fans. Trying to figure out how to manage all of this. Is there anybody out there? Let's find out. YouTube. Hey, bud. All right, let's see. Oh, I guess I'm hearing myself. Hey, bud. All right, let's see. Oh, I guess I'm hearing myself. Hey, bud. All right, let's see. Oh, I guess I'm hearing myself. All right, guys. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. This is my first time, so we're just, we're going to test, but also I do want to go over a few things, but I'm trying to figure out how to manage this since I've never done this before. And I got my chief of security over here. Well, dang. I know on the computer there's a different way for me to deal with this, but I don't know how to deal with it on the iPad. I guess I'm just going to have to watch it and like everybody else. All right. Hold on one moment. Let me get this thing back in here. YouTube. Watch it. All right, let me start it again. Let's see. Now it won't let me do anything. Dang it. I should have brought my computer out, I guess. Hold on, we're getting there. Just give me one more minute. This is why we're doing the test before getting on the water. So that way when we're on the water, we just can go ahead and, be good to go. All right, it is starting up over here. What's up tonight? Tonight is all about, can y'all hear me? Anybody in the chat? Let me know. What's up? Can y'all hear me? I have a little mic on. I don't know if it's coming through. So if you're in the chat and you can hear me, let me know. That would be awesome. All right, awesome. What's up, Brandon? Thank you, Ken. Yeah, so what's up, Bob? And what all is going on out there tonight? All right, so as I mentioned on Facebook, Instagram, and on my video last night, which if you haven't seen, we are doing a giveaway of this hat right here. This hat is a Real Tree Fishing. It is a Kayak Life custom. It's a Richardson 112. If you know anything about those hats, they are very nice. I got another one on here, but it's got the little mean snook that I let ChatGPT and DALL-E design for me a little while ago. And then I have some shirts that I wasn't, what's up, EJ? All right, well, there you go, Patrick, he's right here. Mike, John, what's up? Connor, Yakking Life. Thank you. And I got these shirts too, and the shirts were not exactly what I wanted. I think if you look at the YouTube community, which I do post things there, and I put polls and stuff, so if you guys ever go there and check that out, you should get notifications. I'm not sure how well notifications on YouTube work, but if you go there, you'll see different polls and things. And I actually had one for the hats, and I think I put up something about the shirt. And around the shirt, it's very dark here, which isn't like a huge issue, but it wasn't my vision, and it wasn't what it was supposed to look like. And if you look at that post or whatever, you can see what it was supposed to look like. So now I got a few extra shirts. I got these as a test just to, kind of see the quality and everything. But now I have a few extra ones. I'm going to be able to give them away And that's what we're going to do between tonight and tomorrow night. We're going to, tomorrow night we're going to do the water on the hat on the water, assuming that I can get on there and everything works out. We'll do the hat on the water. I'll pick someone. Basically, you're going to have to be in the live, and I'm going to say a keyword in this video at some point. And everybody that puts the keyword in the chat, the live chat tomorrow night, I'm going to do a random order in the order that they were put in. I'm going to put it in, and then I'll assign a number to it, and then I'll do a random generator from randomgenerator.org. I got that idea from Salt Strong, which I'm not affiliated with Salt Strong. Everybody knows that. I am a lifetime member, and I do like their products. And this one right here, if you fish, yeah, Levi is a star too. That's why he's out here. Maybe I know if he wasn't out here, I don't think anybody would really be watching at this point. What's that? Is that right? Are you out here guarding the kayak, make sure nobody comes and steals it? Yeah? Okay. But the Saltwater Slam, Dr. Juice from Salt Strong, and it is hot as crap out here, guys. The Skinny Lipper XL I got, and I got that for tomorrow night, and we're gonna get that out on the water. But they do a giveaway each month, and they use the random org to pick the numbers. Last night, sorry guys, I'm trying to show off a few different things, but last night I did a video on the Wizard FCS foot control system, which if you guys have been following the channel, you know about my different versions of foot controls. And the Wizard is the guy that started it all, and then I took it. Hey, he's ready to come over here. But these are the foot controls. So if you want to know some in-depth information and what my thoughts on them were, then check out that video from last night. Hold on, buddy. We'll get you out of here. Go ahead and watch that video. But also, I wanted to show off some of what, while we're out here, while I got a few different people watching, that, I know not everybody gets to see all the stuff that goes into doing the kayak channel and the DIYs, but you hear about it because most of you people I know personally. And I just want to show you some of the things that I actually do behind the scenes. First, I switched all my cameras to the DJI Osmo Actions. They're much better as far as not overheating than the GoPros I had. And what's up, bud? And so that's going to really help with, if you've seen a lot of my early videos, the GoPros are overheating a lot, and they would just die out. So it was no good. After my buddy Jupiter Basson over there, he started using some of the DJI Osmos. I was already using some of the drones, and it just made sense to give them a shot. And they are, oh, is he causing an earthquake? Let me see if I can get the kayak wife to come and get him. Yeah, the overheating issue. So I do have a solution that I'm about to show as soon as Earthquake Levi gets on out of here. Come on, buddy. All right, go on over to the kayak. Oh, I lost my mic. All right, Levi's out. I guess I'm going to lose my crowd. All right, Yak and Life for you, if you haven't done this yet. I'm sure you have something like this right here. This Yak Power. I have the Yak Power 5-port switch, and this is how you guys, if you don't know about these, if you're not super into kayaks and you're just here supporting me, thank you. But this is how we power our systems. This is kind of like the power switch port, and you can turn different ones on by, this little controller here. And this right here, where everything is being connected up, is called a computer plate, because you put all your electronics on it. And you don't want to lose your any of your electronics, but live scopes, they got a lot of extra equipment, and you have to mount them somewhere, and those things are very expensive. So we create these computer plates. This is a DIY model. This right here costs right now, this HDPE piece of plastic, which is just a different color than the one that you get from Bonafide. The one from Bonafide is like $69. This is $7 and some change from Amazon. You get an 18 by 20, or something like that, 18 by 20, and then you just cut it up yourself. And I am doing a DIY video on that later, so if you're interested in that. Yep, Dr. Piggy, he's gone. He he rolled on out. And, oh, nice. Okay, so you got a wireless. You know, after getting this non-wireless one, I didn't realize how short this was and also how thick this was. I wish I would have got the wireless one. Anyway, so with that, you might have noticed another piece on that, but there is these, got these on Amazon as well. And these are QC 3.0, but the most important part of it is it's 2.4 volts or higher. The DJI's, you know, kind of, oh, nice. And on that whole plate, yeah. I mean, you know, DIYs. That's the way we do it. Nice, Scott. And yeah, it's just, you know, if you have a kayak, you're doing some kind of DIYs, and then you're doing the YouTube stuff most likely as well. But this right here, you can actually power a Osmo remotely. You basically put in, now the key about this, GoPros are a little bit more forgiving, so you can use just any 2.4 volt, I think it's volt, yeah, 2.4, 5 amp or better USB switch and cable. Now, the GoPros you can actually use just a regular USB-A. And how do you keep that red solder cold in your kayak in that hot red solder? Reds colder? I don't know. I used to drink Reds a lot, and that's my boy. So yeah, I don't drink on. I just have a cooler, and I drink water and water paraphernalia because it's too damn hot to be drinking alcohol out there. All right, with this, you got to get like a really good USB-C cable. Like I think it has to be like 100 watt or 240 watt. I think this is it's either 100 or 240 watt. I'll put the links in one of the descriptions to Amazon. I got two of them for like 20 bucks, and these are 10 foot. So depending on where you go, how you do it, you got a boomstick. If you have the Panfish Pro, if you build some kind of custom mount, if you need to, you know, you can wrap this around it. But this right here, because it's the extra thick one, you can run it straight up to your, on this one, it's the, you can just open up this little door and you can plug it in there with no battery and it will charge it. And it'll run. I have had the GoPro, so, and you know, I know some of y'all have GoPros. I run, so Red's cider cold in that kayak, yeah. Yeah, Levi would love the cider. He don't go out on the water. He's not an outdoor doggy. He doesn't like that. But I've had the GoPro 11 and 12 running for over 8 hours in 90+ degree heat in Florida during the summer, and with this kind of setup. I had a different USB port, which I don't know where it's at right now. It's an older one. It's like a silver aluminum one. I'll put both of them in the description, so if you want to go one way or another. But this one definitely does the Osmos, and it definitely does the GoPros as well. I've tested it on both. The other one did not run the Osmos because it didn't have a USB-C. This has the USB-C, and it powers the port really nicely. Oh, and this one's kind of cool too because there's a little switch right here, and you can use that to turn it off and on, so you don't have to have another actual switch to do it. So that is how I am running up all of my cameras and powering them throughout the day. Yeah, you don't want, so on the GoPros, you kind of have to have the media mod, and because that's what has the USB port for powering that. The USB port inside of the GoPro is like way up in there, and I just say get the media mod, buy the you know, the cheapest one you can get that you know that you can find on Amazon. I got one that was, it didn't have the little microphone muff or whatever, and it was like a lot cheaper than the brand new ones. But the brand new ones, if you have GoPro and you got that subscription, you can get like 50% off for up to 10 different orders, or I don't know if it's orders or if it's actual accessories. And they do have a lot of nice accessories, but like I said, they were just failing on me. I mean, you can see I'm over here sweating, and they were failing on me in my garage after 15, 20 minutes of filming. sometimes because I wouldn't always, use an external power supply. The other thing is if you decide to use an external power supply and you don't want to wire up into your fish finders, if you get, I have an Anchor and I have this other brand, battery bank, and this works with that. So I can plug. So you could get a shorter cord, and then what you do is what I would do is I'd put my battery, the little power adapter, into a waterproof bag, run the cable in, kind of seal it up as much as I can, and then run it up to the camera, and then put that little power bank into my under seat shelf or something like that typically doesn't get a lot of water in it, so it's not going to blow you up. The LifePo 4 batteries, the ones that I have. Who needs a shout out? Is it my boy Elliot? Elliot, what are you doing? Where are you at? Uncle Dennis wants to know where you're at, Elliot. I bet you he's at his house. He's always at his house. That's what he always tells me. He says, I'm at my house, Uncle Dennis. One day he's going to come down here and go fishing with me. I hope so. And all right, so that's how I power up my whole system. I usually have one on a boomstick behind me, but I'm trying to do another DIY where I kind of build like a more stable cage, because on this, with the primary stability kind of being like, see that little wobbly? Well, that's how it is on the water with the camera, and it's like, wah, 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 wah. So if you want to see an example of that, go look at my on the water review, and you'll see when I'm like standing up on the deck or standing up and walking around that camera kind of wobbles all over the place, because the boomstick is not like, it's just got this one little mount, and it's like a 3, 4 foot, 5 foot pole, and it's going to wobble. What typical bait are you using to catch bull sharks? Well, right on the couch he is. Okay, nice, Elliot. Enjoy it. I hope you're having fun. So typical bait that we're using to catch bull sharks, anything that bleeds. But the first time I caught a bull shark, it was on a ladyfish, a frozen ladyfish that we just threw out in the river, upriver, and we just threw it out. We're out night fishing, and we're out catfishing. Basically, the sail cats and hardheads in Florida, they are nasty fish, but sometimes you just want to catch fish. You go out there, you catch fish. And we threw out this frozen ladyfish. We just were letting it set, and all of a sudden it started screaming. And so reel it in, and I'll have to put a picture up. I got a picture somewhere. I look horrible in the picture, but it's about a 3 foot, maybe 2.5, 3.5 foot bull shark on that. And the funny thing is, later on that same night, in the same river, an alligator took my bait, which was also a ladyfish, and it started going, and I'm fighting it, and then all of a sudden, let's go, and I see the eyes. I just see the gator eyes. I'm like, I got my sharks and my gators. Now that's some true Florida fishing and some true Florida man stuff. Best I ever used were thawed out heads. Well, I'm not a murderer, so I don't know whose heads that you were using, but you probably mean some kind of fish. Oh, I was, I don't know, thawed out heads. Thinking some Jeffrey Dahmer stuff there. And anyways, cracking myself up. So speaking of sharks, thank you for asking that question. Yeah, that is some true Florida fishing. Sharks, everybody sees sharks during the day when you go out fishing, right? You'll see them. They don't bother you. I've had bull sharks, 6, 7 foot bull sharks float underneath me, swim underneath me. They don't even care. Hey, nigga nuts. What's up? Professor X fishing. So if you didn't watch the video last night, you don't know my two partners in crime for tomorrow night. So Professor X fishing, and I don't know, his name didn't come up what it was supposed to come up, but my boy Mike, we call him the fishing ninja because he's in I'd say he's in probably 75% of my videos. You guys just never see him. He's either off in the distance, got his face all covered up. You'll hear me, shout out Mr. Mike or whatever, because we're out there. Oh, I heard I was giving away $100 tonight. Oh, well, I mean, I think you heard wrong. I am giving out some shirts that are probably worth $1 million because, you know, it's got the Kayak Life, you know, logo. Well, I guess not technically logo, but it's got its mascot. But, oh, now y'all are hearing 1,000. I think y'all need to get your hearing aids fixed. But Professor X is my boy Javier. He's coming out with me tomorrow night. He's going to ride tandem on the Bonafide XTR 130 with me. Help. Well, we're going to fish primarily, and then we're also going to film. And around at 8:30, give me a little bit of leeway time because we're going to be on the water, so it might take a minute to connect. But we're going to do the on the water. It's going to be a much shorter kind of live thing, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending on what's going on. And we'll do the chance. So anybody that's in this video tonight gets the keyword. They can be in. Well, I'll probably give another opportunity too if anybody else wants to join tomorrow night. They couldn't make it tonight, but we'll do a keyword, and then I'll do another keyword tomorrow night. And then if you use both keywords, you get 2 chances. If you only get 1 keyword from tomorrow night at the beginning of the video, then you only get 1 chance. And then the t-shirts, I will, out of those same people, I will pick somebody and give away the t-shirts to that. So what am I going to do for running? I'm glad you asked that as well. All right, I was about to get to those. They're back here. So I got so much crap. Where the heck did I put them? Hold on a second. Well, I think I took them to go open them, and I don't know where the heck they went. All right, well, I will also put a link into that, but I have a couple things, and if you give me 5 seconds, I will try to show you. Hold on. Here they are. Yep, I was trying to open it. And give me 2 seconds or 3. You can probably still hear me. I got to grab something. All right, I am coming back. Okay, now, this is the plan. Whew. Okay. Oh, now we're up to $2,000. Hey, what's up, my boy Forrest? Forrest was the first buddy yacker, and Nick was the second buddy yacker, even though we called him Jeff through half the video. So both of those since they're here tonight, are getting the surprise announcement that they will be getting one of the second batch shirts and hats from Kayak Life for participating in the Buddy Yak videos with me. So I'm going to make them some custom hats and shirts and let them and send them to them. Oh, all right. See, I got ADD, guys. I'm all over the place sometimes. We were talking about sharks. Let me finish that real quick, and then we'll go to the lights. I ain't about getting eaten. So there's a lot of sharks out there. And what I was saying is during the day, you'll see the sharks and they won't really bother you. But at nighttime, that's when the big sharks come out. Bigger things are lurking at night, more dangerous things. And I got a couple safety products for that. And one of them is called, and you might have heard of this if you're if you're into fishing anywhere near saltwater, it is called the Shark Bands Fishing. This is the Zeppelin. And the Zeppelin is, so these are shark deterrents. These are like super strong magnets. I don't want to get it too close to the phone or anything. They say don't get it too close. And this is actually designed to kind of go on a fishing line and then keep, so you put the fishing line and then the sinker, and then the fishing line and then the hook. And you say your fish is over here and this is over here. Then when you're reeling it in, a shark isn't going to come and steal your catch. Now, it doesn't work against every single type of sharks. They don't claim it does. But this is a very well respected product. And what I'm going to do is I have this. Woo! That thing is super magnetic. I'm going to tie this off and just let it kind of hang from the front of the kayak because my motor's in the back. And then I have another one that I'm going to put in my PFD pocket. So God forbid we flip or get knocked out of the kayak tomorrow night by Moby Dick or Jaws. Then we'll have this and hopefully it works. And if not, well, somebody else can do the review video of how we had this on us and we still got eaten by a shark. Now, again, it doesn't work for every different type of shark. They specifically mention great whites because of the way great whites hunt. It doesn't really work on them as well, but they do claim that it works very well with the two most common shark attacks. That is the bull shark, which is one of the most aggressive sharks that will attack you supposedly just because it's Tuesday, or in this case, a blood moon on Friday night. And also the black tip reef shark is also one of the most. Now, that being said, it's still very unlikely to get attacked by a shark, and more so if you're not in the water. But we're still not taking any chances. We're using the shark bands. And yeah, so I got the reason I got the ones, the shark bands that are like that is so I could literally tie it off on the front of the kayak, but I'll put it in my pocket. They have wearable ones, and the wearable ones are, a lot of surfers and fishermen that wade fish and stuff like that. They'll wear the wearable ones, or like any kind of paddle sports and stuff like that. Surfers. And the problem with that is one of those costs $100 something bucks, and I wanted to try to keep the shark away from the kayak itself, and one of these with my veterans discount at Bass Pro is $69.99 minus 10%. So two of these equals one of the wearables. My electric personality will keep you safe. Yeah, bull sharks, they're just jerks. Yeah, I don't think even a shark wants to get next to Mike sometimes. Mike might be a little grumpy back there when he ain't catching fish. And if a shark tried to take it, he might jump in the water with it and actually just shoot the shark. That's what he told me last night. If he falls in, he's just shooting the shark. So let's go and find out. All right, let's go to the light situation. I got these cool lights. I am rigging these up I got two of them. They're like spotlights, and they're both white light and blue light. So the thought is this: we're gonna hook it up. We're gonna try to build like I was saying, the cage for the cameras and stuff. We're gonna put that up around the back of the, the kayak, the chair, and I'm gonna mount these two lights up there, and then I'm gonna have at least one camera up there, and maybe two, one going one way and one the other, and then in the front we'll have the Panfish Pro that's facing both Professor X Fishing and myself, and yeah, so I just got these. We're gonna hope that they work really well, and if not, that's not gonna be good, but I think they will. And we got the blue white and the white light right there, 12 volts. They're LED, so they should be pretty good. Blue lights are really good for not losing your vision. But the thought is what we're gonna try, and it might not be successful, but we have the Osmos have a very good low light mode, so we'll have that running, and we'll have the blue light going when we need it. Maybe not 100%. And then the bugs are paying with the lights. I got something for that too. I'm gonna go over that in just a second. So with the blue lights, they should keep the bugs away a little bit. They say red lights keep the bugs away a little bit. I'm not sure how true that is anymore. I think the bugs are just getting used to everything. But we'll have the lights and we'll have them turned off. And then if we hook into something, or maybe while we're moving from one spot to the other spot and we want a little extra nav light so we can see, because it is a full moon tomorrow night, but it's also a blood moon, so it's going to be kind of orange. So it's not quite as bright light out there, so it's still going to be a little bit dark, and we're going to use the lights as needed, and as we hook into things. And then I also have this Woobin X1, and this is some serious light, and I don't know if we're going to be all right, there you go. I don't want to shine it into the thing, but if you see, this is okay, we go normal, and then we go a little bit more, and then it goes off, right? So if we go on and then we double tap it, you get it's like 12,000, 13,000 lumens. And this will also be used for, hey Alana, what's up? Hey, I'm on TV. Well, I hope it's a small TV so you don't have to see too much of me. And so we'll use this also, so if Javier hooks into a fish, then I can use this, to spotlight it. And we don't have to blow out all of our vision necessarily. and or if we're moving and you know the big lights behind us are just too much, then Javier can roll with the spotlight. And oh yeah, sharks love blood moons. That's right, because you know they're trying to put a little more blood in the water, but that's all right because we got shark bands fishing. So it's either going to be the best endorsement video ever. So shark bands, if you happen to see this, you know, remember that, or it's going to be the worst if I get eaten. And all I know is this. Damon, what's up? Damon is my fishing brother from another mother. We've been fishing together for the past, now, you know, 3-4 years now. And we used to go out fishing on the boat all the time until I switched to kayaks. I'm still trying to get him to come out with me. Maybe after this, I have the tandem video, the tandem on the water tandem review video with Javier that we filmed 2 weeks ago before I got the flu. That's going to be coming out hopefully in the next week. And then we have, yeah, we'll be super safe. And then next, well, then we'll have the on the water live stream tomorrow night for just like 15-20 minutes. And then hopefully we get some good content from that, the whole night fishing thing. We're going to be out there we're going to hit the water probably about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7. I'm always late. I say 5, it'll probably be 7. But we want to get across the boating channel before the sun goes down. Sun goes down probably around 7:30, 7:40. And then the moon rises, the blood moon starts rising at 8:30. The low tide is right around 8:30, 9. And then we get an incoming tide all the way up. So we're going to try to fish until midnight, 2 a.m. Depends on what's biting. If we're getting 40-inch snook at 2 a.m., then we're staying out until you know we don't get no more 40-inch snook. But if we've been out there for 4 hours and we ain't caught nothing but catfish or you know somebody loses a leg, then we'll come in you know a little bit early. But we're gonna get out there, probably do at least 6, 7, 8 hours of fishing tomorrow night. It's gonna be awesome. We gotta bring some good snacks. Now, yak in life. You mentioned the bugs and the lights. So I was doing a lot of research on that and trying to figure out what is the best way to deal with that, because Nick will tell you, my boy Nick, when we were doing the, right before the Hurricane Milton, we were doing the buddy yakking at a place called Cockroach Bay, and right as the sun went down, the no-see-ums started attacking. And they eat your eyes, they go into your ear, and it hurts. And then the mosquitoes, he looked like he was a pincushion when we got out, because he really reacts to all those bites. Luckily, it just hurt me, but when we got back, I was fine. So I was doing a lot of research, and what I found is Sawyer's odorless permethrin, and a lot of guys were saying that this is really good. So this is what we're gonna do. Hey there, Joseph. And yeah, so Yak and Life, try this permethrin. What you do is you spray it and soak it. I actually got all my stuff hanging up right over here. It looks like a crazy laundromat in here with all my stuff, but I soaked it all, and then you let it dry, and it's supposed to last and stay on your clothes for like 4 or 5, yeah, see, there you go. 4 or 5 different uses, washes even. So I got that, and then I have a 600 nanometer bug hat harness thing. And the 600 nanometer, which is like, I think it's like 600 holes per inch, it's really fine. I know it's kind of counterproductive, but if you think about a really fine screen versus like a screen that has, you know, bigger holes and less of them, the really fine screen is actually easier to see through. And so I got one of those. I think Mike got some. Hopefully Professor X got one too, because that's really going to be what keeps the bugs out of our eyes and ears and stuff. And then we wear, you know, we'll have sleeves on. I usually wear sleeves. If they're hitting my hands, I got some little gloves for that. You know, fingerless gloves. And then we wear pants most of the time when we go out kayak fishing during the day because of the sun. And you're sitting there. You know, I've had my knees, you know, burnt up to a crisp. So we got that. The pants are soaked, and then I got some water socks that I'm going to wear underneath in my Crocs. But I sprayed all those as well. And so the only kind of part that could be exposed is from the bottom of my pants leg to the top of the sock, but I'm gonna bring an extra pair of socks that, just regular socks, that if that happens, I'll just slip up on my cotton socks and hope for the best. All right, one of the other things that I wanted to show is, because we're all about safety here, and I know I got some of the different wives watching, and that gave us all permission to go out fishing at night. They did make us, oops, sorry guys for the earthquake. They did make us all increase our life insurance policies last night. So hopefully there's not too much of a, waiting period. But so I sent my boy Mike, and how many people are going, officer? We got 3 of us total, 2 kayaks. We have, what's up, Gary? Gary's my boy from way back at this point. He's wild and crazy. I'm gonna get him on this kayak one day soon. Actually, I gotta make a call to him and talk. Yeah. So Gary, my boy Brandon, and the kayak wife, and my kayak kids, we often get on and play Fortnite on Friday nights. We do Friday Night Fortnite. We used to do the Call of Duty, Verdansk, and their Verdansk map is making a comeback. So I promised Gary I'd play a little Call of Duty with him soon, and I'm going to be very horrible at it. But I sent Mike and I think Javier this specific, what the heck? There you go. Specific PFD light. But I was still shopping some stuff. So then all of a sudden, by the time I go to get it, it was gone. I guess there's only 1 or 2 left. And then my boy Mike sent me a picture yesterday. Hey, I got this today. And I was like, oh, that was the one I was going to buy. But instead, I got this one. And what these are is PFD lights. So when you hit the water, this one you can do it with auto off or on, and then or you can do, like force it to be on. I got to put the batteries in it, test it out. But if you hit the water, this will light up, and it's a strobe, and it's 45 lumens. It's not like this, the brightest of all bright. But if you fall in the water at night and you don't have an automatic light and you're unconscious, then you're gone. It's going to be very hard to find you, especially if it's like the ocean and and the bay and stuff like that. What do you do with the salt water? That current picks up and you could be gone. So got to have a light. So safety. See, we're all being safe. And then we also have, yeah, exactly. You'd be safe. I think it says like 3 or 6 miles or something. I forget what it said. But it's U.S. Coast Guard approved, and it just requires 2 AA lithium batteries, which I do have some, I think. Yeah, I do have some, so that'll be awesome. But if you flip your kayak during the day, during the night, we have, especially if you do like the foot controls and stuff, because the Spectra cord, and then we use 550 cord, and then you have your bungees and your fishing line. If you flip, you could get really tangled up in all the lines. And so another safety thing that we use, bow fishing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to need somebody else to teach me how to do the bow fishing, because I can do some bow fish. I could fish off the bow of my kayak because it's super stable. It's the XTR 130. I could do the bow fishing. But if you want me to do some bow fishing, I need some equipment. That stuff is expensive. You're right. I'll never flip this XTR 130 under normal circumstances, but never underestimate the jerks in a boat and the large wakes that have come by us. It would take a lot to flip this, but it doesn't take that much to be knocked out of it as well. And if you're in the middle of doing some stuff and you got lines, you could get still get snagged. And if you're snagged and you're kind of underwater, you want to have a knife to be able to cut yourself out. So, but you want it to be blunt tip because you don't want a shark knife. And yeah, exactly. The boats are the biggest worries, and then the sharks or something like that. I think you're going to need a bigger boat if you get the sharks. But the knives, you want to have a blunt tip. And that's because, you know, you don't want to stab yourself and all that. So we have, mine will be here first thing in the morning. And it's a knife that you know, put into your PFD. If you fall out, you flip out, whatever, you can, and you get, you know, you might not even be hooked to the kayak. You might you know, you're doing something and you just get something tied around you or something. You can cut yourself out. So that way you don't drown. And then I also got some scupper plugs for this one. And these are not the ones that come with the kayak. Those are Yak Attack ones. But those Yak Attack ones for 2 cost like 12 bucks. I got 12 of these. And they fit really well. I'll show them in one of the other videos. I don't want to move the camera around too much. And yeah, so that is like most of the, and then obviously the navigation lights, which are mandatory by law when you're on a motorized vessel in Florida at night. And we have on the back, we have the Yak Attack Visi Pro, whatever, with the light that goes on the back of the kayak. It's a white light. It must be 360-degree visible, and that's again motorized vessels have that. And then on the front, you have your red and green directional markers for your boat, and that's all the safety. Well, that and then like I said, Mike is he's gonna be strapped ready to go for any of them. You know, the mean street sharks that come up after us. So yeah, we will be actually, you know, this is Florida, and we do you know, have to worry about the randoms at the boat ramps, and so we are always prepared for that. We have a lot of expensive equipment, and we don't flaunt it. You know, we keep everything under wraps, but you know, we are always prepared. Every single person that's coming with me is militarily trained, either via the infantry or the military police or beyond. So we are, you know, feel secure that we're going to be safe out there. We have, you know, all been through combat life-saving type classes and stuff, and we are, you know, very comfortable with all the different type of safety equipments that we're going to be using. Oh, and we also have some horns, some noise makers, you know, so if one of those random boats don't see us, even though we have 360-degree lights and then we pop up on all the things, then we'll make some noise too. And then I think that's when the boom boom sticks, you know, help out as well. All right, so last thing I want to talk about, because you go out on the water, you got to take care of stuff. Oh yeah, thanks. I appreciate. Yeah, so Brandon, yeah, if you can, we're gonna wrap it up here soon. I didn't even know if I could go this long. So this is a good test for me and for, you know, everybody. But you know, if you have a fisherman in your life, and you have a kayak fisherman, more importantly, and you don't really appreciate how much effort and work goes into these things. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a great hobby, and it is like second jobs, so time. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Yeah, like I almost bought one yesterday, one of those Ugo horns, and I was going to do it, but I was like, man, that's extra weight, and I just don't need to be messing with that. Hey, Christy, how you doing? We're gonna get you and Damon out here and on these kayaks, because you know we do have the Bonafide XTR 130. We also have the Hobie Mirage Lynx. And we're going to get another one of those. So we're going to have plenty of room for my fishing friends and family. So be ready, it's going to be coming. But we also have to do maintenance when we get done. And being saltwater, you know, people say, oh, well, all you gotta do is rinse off your kayak when you get back. You know, that's the best thing for salt. It's not. It doesn't take care of the salt. I've rinsed this thing for an hour and then put it away, and the next day I got salt crystals everywhere on the kayak. Not this one. It was a native when I first got it, because I didn't know. So I got the salt off. I highly recommend some form of salt off. It doesn't have to be this brand. And again, I'm not sponsored or anything. These are just some things that I use. And I try to be helpful. That's what, you know, the channel is about, is sharing knowledge and building DIYs and fishing and having fun. And and Damon, see, the kayak fish ninja, he's got plenty of eggs. Between all of us, y'all coming out on the kayaks. All right, so salt water, got to keep everything clean. Rinse off. Even if you're freshwater, doing the salt off is maybe not necessary, but a little bit of soap maybe, car wash, whatever. Just be careful. Don't want to overdo it because you don't want soap everywhere. And then the other thing is, if you haven't noticed, if you have one of these kayaks, anywhere where there's a screw that goes into a brass fitting, a stainless steel screw that goes into a brass fitting, anywhere around this kayak, or is connected to some piece of aluminum, goes through the aluminum into a brass fitting, nut, whatever. There is, I mentioned it before, and this is, my chief scientist is out there somewhere listening, and he knows way more, but he just sent me a chart today of the different type of metals with the different type of waters and the minerals and stuff and the chemical reaction. And he sent me the chart and the name and what is actually called. I call it chemical reaction, but they can start to fuse together. They can start to corrode in different ways if you don't keep it clean. And even if you do keep it clean, because this is down inside of here, you're not taking out every screw every time you go fishing. And you're not doing it once a year. But then that time comes where you have to replace a certain accessory, or you want to do a DIY, so you're starting to take, and you can't get it out, and you got to drill it out. I had to do that on my Native Titan X, and I recommend using some anti-seize as maybe a last-ditch effort. I don't know if it's going to work yet. We're going to find out, but don't go overboard with it. But put that in there anywhere where you're connecting two different types of metals, or just put it in general. Just make sure that you tighten it up though, so that way nothing pops out and backs out. And I did a last thing I'm going to talk about is I did do a sneak peek of this awesome, cool new foot control I'm working on, and this is something that doesn't corrode at all. Now, some of the other pieces, obviously they can corrode over time because nothing is impenetrable to salt water or rusting or corrosion, right? It's just how long does it take to do it. But chrome plated, so he sent the blue and green chart instead of the red and green one because I am colorblind. So if y'all don't know that, and you see my thumbnails and the colors are all out of whack, or my videos all out of whack, I'm colorblind. It ain't just red and green, right? So I mess up all sorts of colors. And my boy, so he definitely the one I'm talking about. He's supposed to be a little more incognito than this. I don't want everybody rushing out trying to steal my chief scientist. I'm colorblind. So my boy EJ, he's also a YouTuber. So if you haven't, and I know most of you have, because I know you guys. I think I know everybody here except for Yakin Life. Yakin Life, go check out my boy Jupiter Bassin. He is a bass fisherman. We'll talk about that in another video, Alex. PTFE spray is okay. It's not a viable solution for this, but it is pretty cool, and it can be used in conjunction with this. So what we have let me get, see, ADD, Adderall's wearing off. Yakin Life. Check out Jupiter Bassin. He's down here in Florida. He is a bass fisherman. He has the Bonafide XTR 130. Before that, he had a Native Titan X. He runs a trolling motor on the front. He just got the NK300 that he mounted on the back, and we awesome, nice. So you subscribe there, and then Jupiter Bassin. Check out Yakin Life if you haven't. You guys might already be subscribers to one another, but for all those of you who aren't, making YouTube videos and having YouTube channels, YouTube is a pretty cool community. We often find ourselves meeting up and talking either through videos like this, through the comment section, Facebook or whatever, and then a lot of times that turns into actual in real life friendships. Me and EJ, we talk almost every day, either about YouTube or fishing or life, whatever's going on. and it's pretty cool. So I'll say, support all the YouTubers that are in here if you can, if you are, interested in fishing or kayaking or just want to help somebody out. Just make sure that you go back and watch some of their videos. Don't just subscribe, because that's only one small part, and subscribing and not watching can actually hurt a channel. So yeah, Gary, well, I'm almost done, officer. Gary, that's in the plans. I'm starting to formulate a plan for that. And yeah, so on that note, yeah, I think that is everything I wanted to cover. So tomorrow night, 8:30, you guys need this keyword, and the keyword is going to be 2 words, blood moon. So type blood moon in, but make it incognito, so you ain't giving the extra credit to the people who didn't come tonight if they show up tomorrow. Be like, hey, be safe out there with a blood moon. Hopefully them sharks don't cause a little extra blood on the moon, blood moon, whatever. And then tomorrow night, when the video starts, within the first 5 minutes, we'll come up with another word. And then if you're interested in a shirt and or a hat, I'm gonna randomize it and we're gonna pick it. So there you go. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, do it tomorrow night, Brandon, not tonight. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Tight lines, everybody. Oops. You too, Yaggin' Life. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.